Frozen out or just warming up? The Shedeur Sanders saga and Cleveland's QB crisis BRAOH. The 2025 NFL preseason has barely begun. But in Cleveland, it already feels like mid-season drama. The Browns, once again caught in the eye of a quarterback hurricane, are facing a storm of expectations, uncertainty, and internal competition that could define the franchise's trajectory for years to come. At the heart of the chaos is a name-generating buzz from Berea to Boulder, Shedeur Sanders. Once considered the crown jewel of Cleveland's rookie class, Sanders now finds himself skating on thin ice at training camp. The reps are telling one story, the headlines another, and the fans are left wondering, is Shedeur being iced out or merely prepared for the long haul? A crowded room and a clock that's ticking. The Browns' quarterback room is one of the most crowded and scrutinized in the league. It's no longer just a battle between incumbents and newcomers. It's a full-scale war with 4 active participants: Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and veteran Joe Flacco. Each brings his own narrative, skill set, and baggage. Pickett, the former Steeler, is dealing with a nagging hamstring injury. Though he was once seen as the most likely Week 1 starter, he's been limited in practice and unable to take full team reps. Gabriel, a dual-threat QB out of Oklahoma, has been sharp, confident, and unexpectedly dominant in his early reps. Meanwhile, Joe Flacco, Super Bowl champion turned steady hand, has been quietly consistent, arguably the most reliable quarterback in camp. And then there's Shedeur Sanders, a former Colorado standout and son of NFL legend Deion Sanders. Shedeur arrived in Cleveland with fanfare and expectations. His deep ball accuracy, pocket presence, and mental maturity were praised pre-draft. But praise doesn't guarantee playing time. In the trenches of training camp, it's production and pecking order that speak loudest, and right now, Sanders is hearing the silent sound of third-team duties. Reps don't lie. The chilly reality of Campine Friday's joint practice session. The hierarchy became unavoidably clear. As reported by Underdog NFL, Joe Flacco got the lion's share of work with the first string. Dillon Gabriel split time with first and second string. Shedeur Sanders worked with second and third string. Kenny Pickett hamstring limited. 2 individual work, 1-on-1 south. For Sanders, the numbers tell a cold truth. Despite rave reviews from coaches for his work ethic and preparation, the reps haven't followed suit. He's not just being held back, he's being boxed out. And yet, those close to the Browns know this might not be a sign of dismissal, but strategy. Stefanski's balancing act. Development versus delivery. Head coach Kevin Stefanski is no stranger to quarterback dilemmas. After 4 seasons of rotations, rehabs, and reinventions, Stefanski is now facing what may be his defining decision as a head coach who leads the Browns in 2025. Speaking to 92.3 The Fan, Stefanski praised the effort and competition. "I'm proud of these guys. They are fighting like crazy. We're throwing a ton at them. They've spent a lot of time in that meeting room where you start to get into the minutiae of this position, and I think Shedeur and Dillon are really working hard." But despite the coach's affirmations, reps and roles are what matter. Gabriel has seen first-team action. Sanders has not. That fact alone speaks volumes about where each quarterback stands. Still, not everyone sees this as a setback for Shedeur, the voice of wisdom. Bernie Kosar chimes in if there's anyone who knows what it means to carry Cleveland's hopes on your shoulders, it's Bernie Kosar. The former Browns quarterback and beloved franchise icon, recently weighed in on the team's quarterback situation, and his perspective offers clarity through the chaos. Kosar was candid yet optimistic about Shedeur's performance and presence. "I love how Sanders is handling stuff. He's out here an hour early. That's working out stuff. And then he's one of the last guys here, signing autographs and all that. That kind of dedication doesn't go unnoticed." To Kosar, it's a signal of maturity, humility, and future leadership, things that can't be taught but are essential for longevity. Kosar also acknowledged Dillon Gabriel's sharpness, saying, "The rookie has shown excellent command of the playbook." Yet, he warned the Browns against repeating past mistakes. "We kill more quarterbacks by putting them in there early," Kosar said, echoing a sentiment that will resonate with anyone who has watched Cleveland's long list of QBs struggle under premature pressure. Kosar's advice: let Sanders simmer. Let him grow behind the scenes. And above all, protect his development, because the stakes are too high for another failed experiment. Cleveland's quarterback curse, will it end or continue? The Browns' quarterback woes are legendary. From Tim Couch to Johnny Manziel, from Colt McCoy to Deshaun Watson, the jersey of lost starters is long and sobering. Each era begins with hope and often ends in injury, inconsistency, or both. And so, this moment feels familiar. The pressure to choose now, the temptation to start fresh, the fan base hungry for results. But maybe, just maybe this time, Cleveland doesn't need a quick fix. Maybe patience is the real power play. Sanders has all the tools, the arm, the mind, the intangibles. What he doesn't need is to be rushed into a role the team isn't ready to support. Flacco can hold the line. Gabriel can develop alongside him. Pickett can compete when healthy. And Sanders, he can be the ace in the hole, a quarterback, not for now, but for what's next. Preseason Game 1. The real test begins this Friday. Preseason clash with the Carolina Panthers may not count in the standings, but it counts in every other way. Expect Flacco to start. Expect Gabriel to see extensive snaps. But keep your eyes on Shedeur. Every read he makes, every throw, every scramble, every sideline interaction. Because while the Browns may not name him QB1 this season, the foundation is already being laid. And what begins in August could very well explode next October. The verdict, iced out or waiting for the crown. For now, Sanders is receiving a chilly signal. But if you ask Kosar Stefanski or anyone who's watched training camp closely, it's a signal wrapped in strategy. Not shade. Cleveland doesn't need to crown its king just yet. It just needs to make sure he's ready when the throne opens.